Well, it's 3:34 in the afternoon and I'm in the office doing a vlog. Did one yesterday, didn't do one Friday, it was just too involved. I've been doing some thinking on some stuff. What? Me think? Yeah. Church was great. After church, Nick and I had to go to Ardmore. We came home so I could put overalls on. And then we drove down and had lunch at Sirloin Stockade. And then we went to Harbor Freight so he could buy a chop saw or a miter saw or something, some chisels and some other stuff. He bought a door yesterday that's going into the foyer to separate his side of the house from our side of the house. There was a door there originally. I stoled it and I put it right there to my office. And so he bought another one that he's putting in. Whew, excuse me. So what have I been thinking on? Graft. I'll back way up. Years ago, decades ago, was a movie called Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield in it. He played a billionaire that decided to go back to college, or go to college, and he was a self-made billionaire. One of the things in it is he was interested in a lady, and she was the girlfriend of the economics professor. And just the repartee between that economics professor and Dangerfield when they were talking about building a business. The professor had cut and dried theories on it, and Dangerfield had actual experience. And Dangerfield alluded to, you got to bribe this guy, you got to bribe the Teamsters, you got to pay this and pay that so you can finally get around to building stuff. It's long been common knowledge in Oklahoma that Will Rogers said it best. We have the best politicians money can buy, and it's been that way forever on a national level and a state level here in Oklahoma. In a vlog yesterday or before that, I made reference to the fact that my last water bill was $285 before I could get it turned on in our name. And that's because they added an extra 150% to the actual water bill. So now you're paying 250% on the water bill. Now, why is that? In my opinion, it's because there's some graft going on. Some stealing going on at a municipal level. I really believe that. They need to show me. Here's why I say that. Decades ago, it was said that when the city of Davis bought Turner Falls, nobody's water bill would ever go up. Well, politicians are known for making promises and then breaking them. It's like Jerry's dad used to say, and then Jerry's credo and my credo now is no matter what you want to do, it always takes longer and costs more money. And so I figured out a deal. I've got a water well right over there. I don't believe it will ever produce enough water to supply our families, our home. We have it doesn't look like it from the road, but it's a fairly large house. We use quite a bit of water, but enough that I don't think that well could keep up during a drought. But what we can do with that. And so I decided, I said that we're going to put in an orchard. We are in a big garden. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go buy a water container. I've got a pump here somewhere. I don't know where it's at. But I've got to get me a little trailer. I've got some trailers, but they're all being used. And I'm going to go on Facebook Marketplace here after I do this vlog and see what I can find a trailer for. I want a cheap one. I don't care if it's a pickup bed or just a little flat trailer or what. Get it and take and bolt down the small generator to the trailer and that water tank, and then have the pump on there and prime and pump out water from the well into the tank, and then drive the tank over to that pasture. We basically got 3 pastures here, 4 if you count the one that's not fenced. But drive it to that one and water the trees, water the plants, whatever. And I think that's a good solution. That way it's all in-house. I'm not having to drive to Jerry's Lakes or to the river or anything like that, or creeks. I just pull it out of that well, and there you go. We've got all the water we need to water things and take care of critters and stuff like that. So that's what I'm looking at doing real quick. And that enables us to do what we wish to do without having to be out a lot of money to do it. There's this one gal that was on Marketplace, or on a group, a discussion group I belong to, that was talking about back when they jacked up the price of water here in Murray County, and Davis rather, that one gal paid a $1,200 water bill, another paid a $900, another paid a $700, and another one paid a $600. The deal is, it shouldn't cost that. And the only one that was doing a swimming pool was the one with $1,200. The other folks were rural. If I found that well would supply all our needs, you bet I'd activate it. I'd put a submersible pump, pressure tank, well house, run electricity to it, and go. I don't think it will. I don't want to go to the expense of setting it up and then find out it won't do it. That is what my worry is, because I've seen other folks south of Doherty. One of my cousins on my dad's side has a place down there, and their well, every time it gets dry in the summer, goes, every time there's a drought, their well goes dry, and they have to haul water in, and they live right off the river. So I don't want to have to deal with that. But you know, I've watched over the years different politicians just rip people off and use what little authority they have to make life hard on some folks and easier on others, and it all boils down to that right there: who gives them a little bit of bump, a little bit of money. Well, Jerry won't play that game. Matt won't play that game, and that's why Matt and Jerry recently had to pay $1,200 to have a meter put in, a tap put in. You know, and it's sad, and money's too hard to come by to keep having to do this stuff. There are better ways. And the downside to all that is where we live is a tourist mecca, and it is expensive to live here. It's not like moving somewhere away from Murray County. If we lived in Pontotoc County over by Ada, living would be a lot cheaper. But this is home. This is where I want to be, period. I have my family here. I have the friends I want here. I have my church family here. Everything that makes my life complete is here. And I don't want to live anywhere else. I'm trying as hard as I can to get things done in such a way that I'm not a burden on folks. Because right now, I am a burden on some folks. And I don't want to be. It's all about being as kind as I can be to some folks, to everyone actually. My son Christopher is out working on my van. I hear it rumbling out there. I'm gonna see what he's got going on with it. I've got a vacuum leak someplace. I may need the transmission filter changed, screen changed. I don't know. I'm going to ask him what he thinks. He's spot on how he analyzes stuff. He's going to use Nick's electronic analyzer, and then there wasn't a place to plug it in. I explained to him my van's too old. Van's a 94. They didn't start putting it out until 95, 96, providing a slot to plug it in at. Well, I got to get off of here, folks. I hope everyone is having a good day. Know that this crippled old fat guy loves you with his everything I've got to love you with. I do love you. I want God to bless you. I want you to have all the things you have need of. I want it to be supplied. Have faith in God. He is going to take care of you. Well, anyway, folks, that is the vlog for today. I've got to get off of here. I've got to take care of some things. Benjamin and I just went and got formula for the goat, the baby goat, Miss Frosty, Princess Frosty. That goat is so stinking cute. I explained to Penny Brady at church, we were talking before services, that I wear these old black glasses. I have macular degeneration going on, and my eyes, they're holding their own right now. These have nothing at all to do with diabetes or Lazarus. They have to do with another genetic disorder. My mother had it. My grandmother, Artie Mae Shockley, had it. And so I've got it. My brother and Chris inherited congestive heart failure from my mother, and I inherited the eye problem, and both of us got the diabetes from our mother's side of the family. And I think my dad might have been diabetic too. But anyway, I was telling Penny, yeah, I wear these because I'm allergic to bright light and fluorescent light and sunlight. What brought the conversation up, she was talking about yesterday she went out and just sat soaking up some sun. Don't you ever like doing that? And I said, I can't. And I explained to her, you know, I wear these old glasses. I have macular degeneration, and someday I'll probably be blind, and my children and my wife will have to lead me around. And her answer was, you need to get Linda to teach that goat to be a seeing eye goat. And we both laughed, and that was so hilarious. But let me tell you about my wife. She makes Ellie Mae Clampett look like a rank amateur. Linda, my wife, she's the critter lady. I love all of you. God bless you. Be kind, and bye.